So because the Eldergleam Sanctuary was destroyed, because the Eldergleam itself was corrupted and was not saved, Eldergleam Sanctuary is no longer a point on my map. It is no longer a fast travel point on my map, so I had to travel to the Achnak Stone and just walk from there. Fortunately, I had a pretty decent idea of where it was just on the map, just from, you know, years and years of playing Skyrim, so that wasn't really an issue. But we're here. I'm gonna get more sap in my mouth. It's gonna be just lovely. But the thing I'm curious about is, I only drank the sap once, but I got 2 Acolyte things. So I had expected that because I had drank the sap once, that I would continue to have these visions. But it seemed to really only be the one time. If I drink it all, will I never have to come back here? Because Attempt to Destroy, I only get some sap in my mouth. If I drink it all, do I never have to come back and do it again? I feel like, you know, I gotta just go all in. It's not the right thing to do. This is absolutely not the best way to do it. I know I've made mistakes in this, but I'd rather sacrifice myself than sacrifice townsfolk. You feel stronger and you feel that you have tapped into a network you are not supposed to discover, where a stillborn sees the world through those who were born. A few others who share this connection may become visible if you continue drinking the corrupted Eldergleam tree sap. Drink until it is dry. Where? There we go. There it is. I mean, we'll see. I wonder if it'll cause any issues for me. Like, I wonder if character development-wise for me, I will suffer later on. Because I think writing-wise, that could be really, really cool. Where, because you drank the sap, because you tapped into these dark forces, now your soul has been corrupted. Now you are not evil, but there is no turning back for you. I think mods have an opportunity to really, really flesh out the Dragonborn more, because the base game didn't. They made you just kind of this blank character without too much personality, without the ability for real growth. So, I always like mods that maybe try to challenge that a little bit, maybe try to add a little bit more depth to your character, so I always am just looking for that myself. So where, oh where is the Acolyte? Oh, they're very far away. They are very, very, very far away. My concern is that by the time I get to Markarth, they will have left. But I don't really know what other option I have, because I'm not just gonna walk from here to Markarth. That's just not gonna happen. That's just not something I'm gonna do. We're surrounded by the Fearful Spriggans, so I'm just going to get away from them and then travel to Markarth, and hopefully the Acolyte is still there. Otherwise, we will have to play a little bit of cat and mouse with them. But I guess we'll see. What are you laughing about, Livia? What are you laughing about? I don't like it. Oh, is this guy up in the temple? Yeah, I think he's up in the temple. All the guards are on high alert right now. They're all very, very, very wary.
The Empire failed its people.
Okay, here he is. He's a healer.
The Stormcloaks think they fight for a god, but like all wars, they fight for a man. Ah!
Titus Mead, did you even care?
Okay, okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright. No one's angry. Everything's alright. I just need to find the Arch-Acolyte. And yes, that rhymed a little bit. It did rhyme a little bit. Wait, I have 5 blood of energy? Oh. I got some from earlier, didn't I? I got some from completing the quest with the war machine, didn't I?
My grandfather thought his cause was just, for it was done in service to the Empire. for there existed a greater good than his own country. He never expected that in the end, those whom he fought for the Emperor against would make deals with his very liege, promising to repay the taxes. Then my family and the war they fought were no longer necessary to the Empire. Easily the Emperor cast the Dubois aside, accused us of treason. Honorable men shed blood in wars, believing there is solace in glory. Yet what is glory but a reward mechanism manufactured by those men of greed? The powers that be brought my grandfather to his execution, without remorse, without shame.
Get out of here, guard.
And his
There's nothing to see
family
here.
was since put under house arrest. On the day my grandfather died, patriots stood accused of treason. The nation's servants became its worst enemies. And so it has been revealed to me that mine is the legacy of a traitor.
Oh, that's the name of the quest. Oh, that's the name of the quest, Legacy of a Traitor.
I have learned the truth, yet I dare not seek justice. For when wrong was done upon you by a criminal, you can kill them or appeal to an authority. Yet what could I do when the injustice was done not by one or two criminals, but an entire empire of greed,
These guards really want to
murders,
talk to
and
me.
deceit?
Go away, I don't want to talk to
Perhaps
you.
the
Leave me
best
alone,
I could
guards.
do was to stay alive. The Empire should believe that I was taken by the fire. No reason for them not to. I decided to go to Markarth.
Wait.
Perhaps there I
wait.
could finally be at peace
Wait,
within the mountains.
wait.
Close to the land I once called home long, long ago.
Markarth.
We spend our lives searching for a perfect home. Not a house, nor a shelter, but home.
Livia.
Some homes more different than the others, but this home is what we spend the entirety of our life's brief while to find, to earn, to try to live in.
Are there going to be clues
My home
here?
is peace, to be safe and settled. Not a glorious campaign, nor an extravagant banquet. Home for me is never having to run again. But in the end, I finally learned that there can be no peace. Not for me. For mine is the legacy of a traitor, intolerable to the mighty Empire. As once again those shining soldiers in steel, with their chants of glory and country, had come to claim their home.
She's not going to be here. Well, she's not going to be here, and the reason I know it is because this is still old. This is even before she joined the Legion and became the mistress, I'm pretty sure.
You'll be remembered always for your victory against Alduin. I'll make sure of it.
But I feel like we're making progress. Wait, no, there was just a conversation topic. There was just something about leaving the Legion.
Victory for the just.
Wait, where did that go? Oh, wait.
Hey.
Wait. There was just an important
Dragonborn.
conversation topic about you and a break from the Legion. Where did that go?
Hey,
There, wait, I just...
ever
alright.
wonder what happens when you shout every... I told the Court of Solitude my opinion about Talos worship.
Oh.
I said that no Imperial citizen is obligated to obey the High Archon's command.
You gotta play it
that
smarter
she
than
should
that.
keep her faithlessness inside her dominion. Immediately, Yar Elisif cried out in anger, calling me a Stormcloak traitor. If it weren't for her advisors, she would have had me executed. Not long after, Elisif demanded General Tullius to cancel my status as a legionnaire and cast me out of the Legion. Tullius was my father's squire when he was younger. He did not want me dishonored, so instead of firing me from the Legion, he gave me an infinite break from duty.
Ooh, you got fired. You got canned. Well, how exactly did it happen?
It was not long after the murder of High King Torrig, Elisif held a feast in the yard of Castle Dower in memory of her husband. Every legionnaire and noble in Solitude were invited to it, myself included.
I was waiting for her.
Just as any other typical feast of the nobility, it was filled with honeyed lies, promises that would never be fulfilled. Until Eriker, an advisor of Elisif's, led the Jarl to approach me.
Oh, I know
First,
Eriker.
He bashed the Stormcloaks. Next, he smeared at Talos's name. While Ulfric Stormcloak was a regicidal traitor, Talos was a hero of the Empire. I could not allow anyone to dishonor him.
In open court.
I don't know why Eriker did this, but I am certain that was no mere small talk or boots-licking the Jarl. He did it on purpose, and I was his target.
So in open court, you decided to do this.
What could he possibly gain from me being kicked out of the Legion? What was his game?
He gave us the weed.
Blasted hypocrisies and their foul play.
Yeah, welcome to noble life. Alright. You have another quest? Wait, investigate Eriker's house and his possible ally. Well, this is completely unrelated. Why are you still alive if you've offended the Jarl so profoundly?
She would indeed have had me executed, like I said. Her advisor stopped her before she could send out the order. Elisif was so new to politics, she didn't even realize what could possibly happen to her if she killed the High Chancellor's daughter.
I gotta talk to Eriker
But thankfully, she will never have to learn that.
What? This is unrelated. This is not about the plague. Can we do that later? If we're in Solitude again. If we have to go to Solitude again, sure. But I'm not making a trip to Solitude for this. Alright, well. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I do think the Arch-Acolyte story is really interesting. And right now, it is the only clue we have. So we gotta keep going with the Blood of Energy.
Without much objection, the authorities of Markarth allowed the soldiers into the city.
Okay, here we go.
Aided their hunt of that traitor, barely an adult.
Okay, here we go.
When I heard the marching sounds of soldiers outside my home, instead of agony or wrath, my heart was filled with nothing but questions. Was Markarth not meant for me?
No.
If it is not supposed to be where I am at peace, then which village, which city, which nation is?
The Fire Nation.
Or perhaps fate never even intended for me to find that peace, for it has gifted me with the Dubois name, pit me against an empire. For a joke. First, the Divines made the heroes who have earned the world's respect, through their fulfillment of justice and defense of the weak. Then, they made me. If the Almighties have willed that some are fated to become the great men, and the others their stepping stones, is there a meaning to fight it? But this life is mine. Not for the gods above the heavens or the kings in their palaces to rule as they see fit. I chose to survive, even if that is through the ruin of the order they've built and profited from. I ran from the Warrens before the soldiers saw me, made my way to the wilderness to train myself and prepare for one last journey.
To Cyrodiil.
To find that hero who rode the dragon to slaughter the villains and burned their homes. Then kill him.
Your papa!
Amulius Salvian's parents died to the Dubois soldiers.
Her papa.
Then he killed mine.
Papa.
If I kill him, then myself. Perhaps this cycle of hate will end forever.
Oh, an Acolyte has been revealed. Okay. No. The reason I had the Acolyte previously, the reason I had the Acolyte before was because I had done this. Every time I find an Acolyte, or every time I unlock another piece of the Soul Gem, enough of the Soul Gem, that's when I get an Acolyte. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Like, I have to kill Acolytes to find another Acolyte. But either you kill civilians to find the Acolyte first, or you drink the sap to find the Acolyte. It really just is a vicious cycle. Like, it's really, really, really just a vicious cycle of death and destruction, and they're near solitude. Oh. Well, Olivia, you're getting your revenge against Eriker faster than you expected. If they stay in solitude, which I don't know if they are. Solitude is kind of a hotbed right now because, well, we just killed a war machine there, but I guess we'll see.
People are easily bewitched by humans.
That's really the only
They seek a laugh instead.
opportunity I have right now.
Traveling in the Reach is dangerous.
That's really all I've got right now.
Where do you want to go?
And that's the thing, this keeps on unlocking new chapters. We are now on chapter 3.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
It seems to be every 5 or so unlocks
You'd best hurry it up.
of the
Solitude's a big port town, you know. Full of
of the
sailors
Acolyte
and
Soul
tales
Gem,
of
of the
faraway
Arch-Acolyte Soul
lands.
Gem. That unlocks a new chapter, and that reveals a new Acolyte. So, let's see. Oh, they're gone, aren't they? Where are they? Where are they? They're in Solitude. They're in Solitude. This is good. This is good. Okay. And it's night, so maybe not as many guards will be out. We just need to murder this man. Or woman. Although I think I've really only faced male acolytes so far, truth be told. Well, maybe the Arch-Acolyte is sexist. Who knows? Alright, where are you? Ooh, you're sleeping.
You'd like to speak to me?
No, I would not. God damn it. You gotta do this in front of a child?
The bravest may survive the darkest. That's why I strive to be courageous.
You gotta do this in front of a child? Fuck.
Is there something you want?
I want you to bleed, lady. Alright, wish me luck.
Isn't there supposed to be endless need?
For me, not for you. Acolyte's blood. Blood of energy. Boom. Also, I like how the one necromancer in Riverwood was like, ah, look for people out of the ordinary. There's a bard in an inn that is not out of the ordinary in the slightest. Ah, yes, look for someone out of the ordinary. You know, like a hunter in a mill. I don't know, that's the first one I thought of. But I don't know, just... Ah, yes, a bard in an inn. How suspicious. Who would ever suspect a bard in an inn? That's probably why she went there, because it's like, who's gonna suspect her? A bard in an inn. It's like, oh, well, the other bard we had just got murdered. He just died, so we need a new bard. If anything, the acolytes are getting smarter. Alright, you might have to wait outside.
You can enchant items, can't you?
You might have to
I
wait
wonder
outside.
why no one has ever thought about enchanting a mannequin to make it mobile.
Ah,
They could be
no.
soldiers.
No. Also, his house isn't locked. Why isn't it locked? Let's... Yep. Investigate his house and other possible allies. Huh. Let's see. I don't want to spend too long on this, but we're already in Solitude. It's probably not going to have anything to do with anything, and I know it's not, but... I'll take whatever quest progress I can get right now. Because it's all part of the mod in the end. Here we go. Unsent Letter. Let's see what that says. My lord, the war's tides are turning against our plan. We need more supplies for those fools. Your catapult blueprint gave them an advantage, but if Skyrim is to be free of his control, they need more than what they have. I fear he has already discovered our plan, and I believe you feel the same. He has stopped supplying Skyrim with his men since Helgen, and instead resorted to recruiting local Nords. Before long, he will find the Jarl's fund his war totally and stop sending Tullius the gold. He knows the war is draining the Empire's resources. Worse, he might know who are behind it. Reconsider my proposal before it is too late. I have contacts in Riften who know exactly the kind of people who can finish it. All it takes is for you to agree with this. E. But is that...
I'm glad that you chose to join the Empire's cause.
Is that not...
Goodbye.
Is that not what I'm looking for? Well, I mean, it says like, hey, go to Riften. It's like, hey, I know a dude in Riften. I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy in Riften. So, that's literally it. Yeah, I have contacts in Riften who know exactly the kind of people who can finish it. Well, the quest is unmarked. Because it does say, you know, it's like, oh, investigate Eriker's house and his possible allies. His possible allies are in Riften. Okay, well, that's that. Like, I'll keep a pin in that, I'll keep a tab on that, but it's not the main priority. If and when I gotta go to Riften, then, yeah, I'll worry about it. Then, yeah, I'll deal with it. But we gotta listen to the next part of the Soul Gem. It's a very conversational-based episode again, I am aware, I know. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but it is part of the story. It's a very narrative-based mod. It's very, very, very narratively based. Alright, so we have 3 Blood of Energies, so we're still gonna need 2 more. If my theory is correct, we are still gonna need 2 more Blood of Energies to reach the next chapter. A fiery light rages around the Soul Gem. We are unlocking it. I think this will be the final stage of it. I think if we can get through this, it will unlock the Soul Gem completely.
The trip to Cyrodiil was never meant to be an easy one. The Geral's cold and the chaos wrought by the Imperial Civil War all took their tolls. The war was near its end, as the Middies and the Salvians pushed that traitor Aurelius to his last stand.
Meads.
Victory was within the Emperor's grasp.
Not Medes.
Amulius would be there to kill the traitor, unlike hunting an orphan. Killing a Chancellor who colluded with the Thalmor shall earn him a great honor. I managed to find Aurelius, presented him my plans to capture the Imperial General. Then he could use him to negotiate terms with the Emperor. Miss Aurelius was a powerful man, but when death became imminent and the tiger was cornered, one would not double think a chance to survive. He believed I was sent by the Thalmor to assist him, and retreated to a cave I had laid trap on. Once Amulius Salvian broke King Blanchard's trap by killing the archer's position to slaughter him, he became the hero who recovered High Rock. But archers he could kill. Death he could not. Once he has entered the cave's heart, gases of poison shall flood the entirety of the caves. Then Amulius Salvian, Benito Aurelius, and Marlene Dubois, all of us fade away forever, with the fates of us all sealed. And I would have attained the peace that I once sought, returning to my home.
I do think it's very well written. I know that not everything in the mod is lore friendly. It makes up its own lore for quite a bit of this. And I feel like they really, really tried to make Livia's family too important in some ways. It's like, oh, her father is like the 8th champion of Cyrodiil, and he is a High Chancellor and all this stuff. Like, he's very, 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 very... not completely overdone, but he's a little overdone. It's like, oh, and he's the one who figured out that you killed the Emperor. It's like, no one knew that I killed the Emperor. No one. Well, Nazir, but outside of Nazir and Babette, no one. No one that's alive, at least.
The general walked into the cave with his guards. The Chancellor awaited him with open arms. They did not know death awaited them both. One anticipated a trap, but expected to disarm it. The other believed this trap would not harm him. Aurelius watched my grandfather's execution as High Chancellor. He could not be forgiven for allowing the injustice to pass. And Amulius, the man who had commanded the destruction of my family, laid waste to my homes, deserved a death just as hideous. The war my family started caused the death of Amulius's parents. He hated the Dubois for that. And then I hated him for taking revenge. Perhaps that's why he was so eager to eliminate the Dubois, so that the legacy of his enemy will cease to exist, and the cycle ends in his favor. Not allowing these thoughts to trouble myself, I hid in the shadows, as the two worst devils in my world met. I was to unleash the poison and slaughter them all, yet I held my hands. Trying to shake his faith in the Empire, the former Chancellor told Amulius the Dubois War's truth, of the injustice that it did him as it did us. I smiled in relief. The hero's loyalty was relentless. But before his death, he finally realized his master was that which took his all. Yet his response was one of cold and indifference. Amulius Salvian had always known what truly killed his family, and he serves it, kills its enemies, just as my grandfather did for his liege. Hate didn't drive him to murder my parents and siblings. He only killed them to tell the world that the blame belonged with the traitors. The Empire made him a hero, and a hero ought to preserve his legacy. Prove his faith to the nation that murdered his parents. Then he could thrive. I thought we were both trapped in a cycle of hate that would end if we all died. But what was the point, if there never even existed a cycle?
So, Livia, your dad's gonna die before the end of this mod. Hope you say your goodbyes. Hope you get a chance to tell him you love him. Rip Papa Salvian.
I could not let myself die with that monster, who wore the skin of a human, yet whose soul had not a trace of empathy nor hate. The plan to intoxicate the cave's air was therefore set aside. Amulius Salvian and Benito Aurelius would die, but not at the expense of myself. So I walked away through the tunnels as I prepared. As Aurelius, so confident in my trap, waited desperately, like a fool. A Dubois' help was what he and the Emperor needed when High Rock refused to pay them. Again he sought a Dubois' aid. But we had learned. The next week Cyrodiil received its 8th champion, as the deposed Chancellor's screams echoed through the Empire. A delightful sound to hear, if not metaphorically. With Aurelius dead, the champion of Cyrodiil became the next on my list.
What if we had to go to Cyrodiil to save him?
A champion. A patriot who loves his country. A warrior who shuns the Empire's enemy. A protector who preserves the Empire's legacy. An empire such as the Medes deserved no less of a champion.
Medes.
I came up with
The
a plan.
drink.
If he murdered my family for personal honor, then I shall take that from him.
He's gonna kill
Lord
Livia.
Vici. The Chancellor who succeeded Aurelius would die, and the great patriot shall be known as what he exactly is. A murderer.
Okay. I feel like some of that even ties into what Livia's told us before.
We will bring the light to this place.
Well, that was the last of my, that was the last of it. That was the last of my blood. My acolyte blood. My blood of energy. So, back to tree? I know I said drink it all, but clearly I need more sap. I sound like I'm going crazy. I sound like the fucking Argonian. I sound like goddamn Sleeprise Trees. Hey man, you got any sap? Hey man, I need more sap. I'd probably sound like a fucking crazy person to Livia. And to everyone. Aw man, no, it's fine. I'll stop the plague, but I need that sap first. You got that sweet sap from me? Oh, man. I mean, at this point, I feel like I'm kind of locked into this path. I feel like at this point, I can't really turn back from this. I have, committed too much to just profaning the remains of the Elder Gleam. First accidentally, and now I'm just going all in and just drinking deep from the tree. I wish that dragon would leave. I wish that dragon would just go away already.